Springfield Lofts, let's go check it out. Josh Pardue here in historic Springfield, downtown Jacksonville. We're standing in front of the Springfield Lofts project, which is an acquisition of over 2 acres, 50,000 square feet of existing building, proposed to be renovated to 100,000 square feet. We acquired this consortium of different parcels starting in 2013 with a large building behind us. We're excited about the project because what we're going to do is convert it from a dilapidated various buildings into a 78-unit residential complex with a commercial amenity to have a coffee shop, wine bar overlooking the neighborhood of Springfield and over the Henry Clutho Park and the Emerald Trail that's coming up. Let's go check out the property. You're currently on the inside of the back of the Jewish Center's gymnasium and fitness center from the early 1900s. Some of these windows you'll see up here are going to be the loft windows for the new units. At this point right now, what we're working on is to do a central hallway right here, and then you're going to have units running off each side with the different windows. And in order to do something like that, it's far more expensive than building new. So you have to be creative with your financing and your capital. So in these situations, you work on things like historic credits, city grants, various HUD financing. And what you're trying to do is work to build a total development budget and a total capitalization of debt and equity in order to build the building and construct and pay everyone that's required to do it, while you're focusing on future cash flows and the 78 units and the 10,000 square feet of commercial, the coffee shop, the different income streams, and how that will flow and pay back your debt service, pay back your initial investment. And then the strategy at this point is just really passion for the community and saving this project that's been abandoned for several decades and getting it back into functionality. This will be a unit down here, and then there'll be one here and then one up higher. And this is where it's called the Proscenium Arch. It's a historical element that's very coveted. However, someone tried to light it on fire. This is where they used to do plays and performances, and you can see where the fire came up and through there. So adaptive reuse and renovations is not for the faint of heart. Some people are even concerned to come in here based on the folks that have come in and been breaking in and doing it. This is the second floor, that when you come up, we'll keep these stairs. When you come into this hallway here, there'll be units on the right-hand side overlooking the park. So one of the neat things about an adaptive reuse property is we'll keep a lot of this as much as we can and have the units off on that side. This is all the original window that was vandalized and busted out. We're going to keep this frame and replace the windows to keep the heritage of the building. This is the main glass entrance that we've seen from out front. This is the area that you'll come into the new facility, and then you have the men's parlor and the women's parlor that we're looking at out front, and this is where the check-in and reception will be for the future. Behind this, there'll be co-work and different small office rental spaces. Knock, knock, anyone home? You haven't paid your rent? The Henry Clutho Park. Henry Clutho is the architect that designed a lot of this neighborhood in the early 1900s, and the park is named after him because he's a famous national architect now. And when you look around the neighborhood, you'll see these different houses, and you can tell they're all inspired by some of his original architecture. And then the Emerald Trail is running from the river on downtown, through downtown Jacksonville, up and through Springfield. And it's going to be the main walking path and outdoor amenity for the whole city of Jacksonville. And Springfield continues to raise up as it's already been doing for the last few years. Rents will grow, other businesses will open because we're adding density to the neighborhood of additional units, more restaurants, more bars, more amenities, more retail. And what happens is the whole area will start to rise. We're now just a few parcels away from the Carpelli's Grand, another property that's along the Emerald Trail. And the idea is to try to get several properties all in the same area. So when you fix the neighborhood, the whole neighborhood has synergy off of each other, and all the people and all the community come together. It ultimately makes it more valuable. But you can't start focusing on the value, you got to focus on doing the right thing. What's the right thing? Keep the older buildings to the best that you can, renovate them, listen to the community, bring everyone together, all these different parties, the city, the contractor, the different lenders, bring that all together to create something more valuable.